For a closer look at Wang Yi's visit and what to expect from the meeting, let's go now to Einar Tangen. He's a senior fellow at the Taihe Institute and Chairman at Asia Narratives. Good to see you there, Einar. Now, for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meetings in Kazakhstan, China is on the forefront. What is being discussed?
Well, it's really about cooperation and how to set the agenda. Obviously, the world is gritting for perhaps a big change if Donald Trump comes back in or even if Biden continues. Trade has to go forward, and China is very, very interested, very active. You know, we've seen what's been going on in Europe, in Africa. There's FOCAC, once every 3-year economic summit between Africa and China, and you know, it seems that this is an active period, and this is part of that. This is assuring those who have been part of the Belt and Road, especially areas close to China, that trade is not only going to continue, it's going to expand. So there's a new agreement to deepen ties that take effect in the 23-24 era, and those will be one of the parts discussed, but also just in general shoring up what is promising or could be a very difficult time going forward.
So talk more specifically about Tajikistan and Kazakhstan. Why now, and why these specific countries on this trip at the moment? You know, what are the geopolitical significance of these countries, their impact on trade and the relationship with China?
All right, Central Asia has always been largely ignored by the United States, and it really represents, it's a neighborhood for China. It has, as the Shanghai Security Organization has pointed out, it has a regional player in terms of peace, development, trade, all of these things. Now, with China turning increasingly to Russia, having the stands, as I collectively refer to Central Asia, together and on point with this, very, very important for China as it faces an uncertain future, a lot of pressure, especially on the seaborne side, where the United States is building up this idea that it can somehow contain China. That might bleed over into some sort of, blockade or partial blockade, or at least restrictions on Chinese trade. So there's, as I said, shoring up for the future, something that began with the Belt and Road Initiative over 10 years ago, which promises to keep China relevant with good trading partners who will continue this idea of development initiatives, security, and civilization.
So where do you think we're likely to see the Shanghai Cooperation Organization expand to in the future?
Well, I mean, there's possibilities of new members. There are people who are waiting on the sideline. But, you know, Sally, the important thing here is that the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is not a defensive alliance. What it is it assures countries that are within it that they will come together to fight separatism, terrorism, all the things that are internal to those countries. It has nothing to do with external. So you're going to continue to see that focus. China is very interested in making sure that development is peaceful. They do not want to see a repeat of World War I, where right now the U.S. is setting up AUKUS and all of these different alliances, in essence, against China. China is resisting this idea of, allying with, Korea or Russia or some sort of thing, which, really was the precipitator. It was in a rush to avoid war. They assured that it was going to happen. And China sees this and is going to try to do everything in its power to prevent it.
All right, Einar Tangen, as always, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Sally.